Hey y'all, Big Bass Buzz here. I'm guiding your pursuit to big bass and Florida's wild places. You know, I just got back from a long day of kayak fishing on Lake Seminole. And I'll be honest, it was hot out there and I'm a little beat by the end of it. But the bass were fired up and I managed to grab some solid Ketch photo release footage in my NuCanoe Unlimited. And I especially wanted to share how I keep those big ones from jumping off the measuring board before I get the photo. This Promar net right here, it's my favorite, and it's not just for landing fish. I use it like a gate to keep those excited bass from launching overboard while I'm getting them measured and then released clean. I'll walk you through my simple system, how I use the Ketch board, keep the fish calm, and get solid CPR photos without losing any key upgrades. If you're fishing kayak tournaments or you just want better fish handling for your pictures, this video is for you. And hey, if this helps you, go ahead and please press that like button, drop a comment, or even better, subscribe to get more great tips from the kayak seat. I've got plenty more coming your way, so let's dive in. What's up everyone? Big Bass Buzz here, and I am going to show you how I handle a fish to do Ketch photo release and hopefully make it so it does not jump out of the boat in tournaments. That can be a heartbreaker when that happens. So I'm going to give you a little technique what I do with my net, and it's actually helped me before. So let me move the camera around. I got a nice sized fish here and we'll try to make it work for you. So stay tuned. If you look over there, maybe you can see I got a fish in the net, in my Promar net. And what I have it attached to is since it's a bigger fish and I want to show it to you, I don't want it to jump out of the net. I've got it with my fish grips right here. Here's of course the fish, as you can see. So that's the first thing I do is I put it in the fish grips, put it in the net, and then I get all my other stuff ready. So that way the fish doesn't stress too much and we can keep it in the water. The next thing I do is get my phone ready. I have it on photo, and I've got it in my Rogue tether here, so I just let it sit down kind of at the edge of my lap. The next thing I do is I take my Ketch board right here and I dip it in the water. It's about how big I think the fish is going to be. And this is really important because it helps preserve the slime coat on the fish when you handle it. And it also keeps the temperature of the Ketch board so it's not too hot. Right now it's about 85 degrees out here in the summertime, or it's almost June 1st. So that way, if you don't lay the fish on it and it doesn't just bounce off because it's hot. And then I set it down, and hopefully you can still see this, I set it down right at the edge of where I've got my opening here for my little gear slots. And one thing I want to show you is how I've modified my net, is that I put it's a hook basically with some screws, and I have a whole different video about how I modified this net for me. But the cool thing, and one of the things I like about the NuCanoe, is now I just set it into that opening, and if the fish bounces around as much as he wants, he's not going to take the net off, or I don't have to keep my foot on the net. It's really a great little feature, a little do-it-yourself project that has made my life more efficient and easier. Then what I do is I grab the fish, drop the fish grips, and then I take my net out and I slide it kind of underneath my Boondocks bar there, and set it into that little gear opening here, because most of the time if a fish jumps off the board, it's going to jump head first. I have seen them go off sideways or get flipped around and bounce around in the boat, but when they normally flip off, they usually go forward, so at least you got a chance at blocking them from jumping out. And this one is 20¼ inches. Take a couple pictures. Take a picture of myself. It's a good sized fish. And if I wanted to weigh it, or if I wanted to handle a little bit more, or I had any issues, I want to check my phone, make sure the picture was right, I'll just put it back into the net. That way, it stays nice and healthy, gets plenty of oxygen from the water, and we're good to go. Nice little, you can see fish bounces around in the net, and the net goes nowhere because I've got it hooked in there. So that's how I do it for the CPR Ketch photo release. Works pretty well. I did it a little slower here to make sure that you could see it, but you know, I've been pretty successful with being able to put the net up in front. That way if the fish jumped, it would at least block it or maybe go right into the net. I've had that happen one time. Very rarely do I have them go tail end. So anyway, I hope this helps, and I thank you for being here. If this helped you at all or gave you some ideas of something else that you wanted to do, give me a comment or a big thumbs up for this one, and I look forward to seeing you out on the water.